Thanks for joining me today. And charging, it's a controversial subject, isn't it? Because there's so many different videos about charging habits, what you should do. But I like to think I've got a bit of experience and a bit of knowledge about Teslas and EVs in general, really. I think charging your car, don't let it go below 20% if you can help it. Charge it to about a maximum of about 80-85% for the longevity of your battery, even though you've got a warranty of 150,000 miles anyway, or I believe 5 years or 8 years, what it is, you'll have to look it up. But most cars, I think MG is 8 years, and Tesla's 5. But I think in general, superchargers as well, we do say that supercharger can damage your battery, and there's one YouTuber out there who doesn't use any of his supercharger points he's got, or free supercharging miles he's got, because he says it's going to damage the battery. But I think if you don't let the battery go below a certain point, like the other day I was traveling and I got the battery down to 3%. What is really dangerous low, bit of range anxiety there, and the warning box come up and said charge as soon as possible, because if I let that vehicle stand at 3%, of course the vehicle's going to try and kick in and stay warm, the heating on, etc., on the presets I've got for the car, so it would go below 3%, it would lose battery life, and so it would actually go dead when you can actually then jump start the car. But that's another video. So the warning box come up, I've never seen that box come up before, and I was on, as I say, 3%. So don't let it go that low if you can help it. Always leave your car plugged in if you can at home overnight. I know about a lot of people haven't got the driveway and the plug-in facilities, so it's very difficult. But they are bringing this on, such as lamp posts, underground cables, etc., to more street. I mean, the government really needs to do something about this pretty soon. They've got a big job ahead of them about getting chargers in on the street. And I think really street lampposts, street lighting is probably the easiest way, where you can just plug in. And of course, nobody can remove your cable, your car mat, because it's locked in until you release it with your phone on an app. So that'd be the only way. So, or it's like a supercharger, put more power to those lampposts, so you can do, 10, 15, 20 minutes of charging or whatever you need to do. So there's a lot of problems ahead, I think, for EVs and charging in general in the UK. I don't think it's going to be a very good journey ahead, but it's something we're all going to have to do. And of course, they delayed the manufacturing of petrol and diesel engines, for stopping of that to 2035 now, I believe. So the government has given us more time anyway. So hope that helps. Charging, regular charging habits of your battery are going to make your battery last longer, and I wouldn't worry about it. I spoke to a guy the other day, he's about to buy a Tesla, and he asked me a couple of questions, really just general questions, what he's going to be concerned about, like charging habits, the battery life, what problems come with a Tesla, is it only good to drive, and I had a quick chat with him about that. I did speak to another guy who actually was in a town not far away from me. Coincidence, I was sat next to him at a show, and he said he had test driven all the other EVs, or a few of them anyway, such as Hyundai and BMW and Volkswagen, and he test drove those, and he got into a Tesla Model Y, and he said the difference was just, chalk and cheese, he said, in his opinion anyway. I'm sure some of you might have different opinions on that, but I'm just saying what he said. He said the Tesla was far more advanced than the other models. Everybody seems to be playing catch up. So that's why I'd recommend a Tesla as well. But also, if you're going to buy a Tesla, you've got that safe thing, haven't you, about the superchargers all over the UK. We're opening up more and more all the time. The rest of the car companies are just way behind because these other private chargers are coming in, and they're charging you a fortune to charge, like 70p per kilowatt hour, whereas at a supercharger or on the M5 motorway, I was being charged 41p at one. Another one was 59p. So they do vary, but in general, you're going to save so much money over other chargers. One superchargers will going to take longer to charge, but charge you probably 50% more per kilowatt hour because they're owned by private companies and individuals as well, because you can buy into a battery like an investment and make money from chargers. So it's a long way ahead, isn't it? Anyway, guys, hope this video helps, and see you in the next one. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and take care, everybody. Cheers.